Who are the real Men in Black? Depending on whom you ask, the Men in Black are either another nutty UFO conspiracy, or they are a part of a secret government agency designed to prevent the public from learning more about UFOs. The Men in Black always appear unannounced, are usually clad in black business suits, and warn people to give up their research into UFOs or face dire consequences. In many cases, the Men in Black have also seen aliens. In some accounts, they are aliens themselves or some form of demonic supernaturals. But why would the government want to suppress information about UFOs? As the theory goes, it's because aliens are closer to us than you think. They might actually be everywhere, and if ordinary citizens realized just how real the threat was, there would be a mass panic and a breakdown of social order. Some folklorists, however, claim that the whole idea of Men in Black is itself a form of mass panic or of psychological drama. Due to suggestibility and a willingness to believe, others, however, insist the Men in Black are part of a real government agency designed to prevent the public from learning the truth about UFOs. They also insist that their experiences are real and that anyone who thinks they're crazy is merely a tool of government propaganda and manipulation. At the moment, there is no way to definitively declare whether the Men in Black are real or not. Because they are part of a secret government agency, they may not have entirely kept a secret. But they've prevented any conclusive evidence of their existence from leaking out to the public. As the dust settled from World War II and the US launched into a Cold War with Russia, paranoia and conspiracies spread throughout the land. In this climate of high tension, suspicion arose. The first mass sightings of unidentified flying objects in America in history. The first known report of a mysterious stranger showing up and warning someone not to talk about their UFO encounters was in 1947, with Howard Dahl. Since then, there have been countless reports where people who've claimed to have witnessed aliens, they say that they were subsequently visited by men in black suits who warned them to keep quiet about their experience. Writer Sean Sherwood claims that his friend Gray Barker concocted the myth of the Men in Black in a 1956 book called They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers. Sherwood swears that Gray came up with the theory as a joke, similar to rumors of how L. Ron Hubbard invented Scientology as part of a bet with another science fiction writer as to whether he'd be able to invent a successful religion. Whether or not Sherwood's story is true, this still doesn't account for the fact that Howard Dahl's report of a Men in Black sighting predates Barker's alleged hoax by almost a decade. Since 1997, the release of the original Men in Black film and its sequels, reports of encountering MIBs have remained fairly steady. There is currently no way to establish whether any of the claims made in the following stories were true, only that it's true that several people have claimed experiences that are eerily similar. Story 1. The real MIB agent who made a coin disappear as a scare tactic. Dr. Herbert Hopkins was working as a consultant on a UFO case in Maine. One evening, he received a phone call from someone purporting to be an activist in the UFO community, asking him if he could visit Hopkins to discuss the case. Only minutes later, the man arrived. The man was wearing a black suit and black tie, and had very unusual facial appearances, with no hair or eyebrows and an extremely pale figure. Hopkins' dog began barking erratically the minute the man entered the home. After the bizarre visitor was finished questioning him about the UFO case, the visit got even stranger. Here's how it went, according to the website The Night Sky. The man in black informed Hopkins that there were 2 coins in Hopkins' pocket, which was correct, and asked him to remove one. Hopkins complied and held the coin, a shiny new penny, in the palm of his hand. The MIB told Hopkins to watch the coin closely. After a few moments, the coin took on a silvery appearance and then appeared to be going out of focus. It then began to fade and eventually disappeared altogether. The MIB informed Hopkins that the coin would never be seen on this plane again. He then inquired as to whether Hopkins was familiar with alleged UFO abductee Barney Hill. Hopkins replied that he had heard of Hill, but was under the impression that he had died in the not-too-distant past. The MIB informed Hopkins that was correct. Barney didn't have a heart, said the MIB. Just like you no longer have a coin. It should be noted that Barney Hill actually died of a cerebral hemorrhage. The MIB gently suggested that Hopkins destroy any material he had related to the UFO case. Hopkins, extremely shaken by the encounter, followed the advice of the man and burned all the files he had related to the case. While he had repeated phone troubles after, the phone company said his line had been tampered with. He never saw the man again. The Maury Island incident. Harold Dahl and his son were salvaging logs on a fishing boat when they spied 6 donut-shaped crafts flying in the air above them. The crafts dropped molten waste onto the lake, which allegedly kills Dahl's dog and injures his son. A few days later, after talking about the affairs with his boss and friends, he was visited by a mysterious man dressed in all black. The man urged him to not discuss the encounter. Not long after, he was also visited by several Air Force agents who were said to be on a mission to gather information. Dahl's story definitely got the attention of various law enforcement agencies in the United States, leading the FBI to write a report on the matter. Not long after the encounter with the man in black, Dahl claimed that the whole thing was a hoax, but recanted years after, having allegedly made the first confession under duress. Hey, what's going on, guys? I really appreciate you guys stopping in for another episode of High Strangeness. Men in Black. Yeah, there's not really too much to be said about the Men in Black. I'm sure if you guys watched the movies, Will Smith and them, that's kind of a play and, a fun way of looking at it. But yeah, I mean, you hear stories about Men in Black all over the place. Like they mentioned, right after people encounter UFOs or some kind of strange phenomenon, these guys show up, minutes later, almost as if they were tracking the incident as it was happening, or they knew it was going to happen, or they were the ones that made it happen, who knows. It's just weird they show up. Yeah, this video here, I'm not sure if it was, I remember exactly which store it was, but I don't know if it was debunked, I can't remember, but it's supposedly showing Men in Black walking into a store. Who knows? I thought it was interesting. I had never heard anything else about it when I first saw it, so I don't know, but it's crazy. If you guys have any kind of stories about Men in Black that you think are awesome, if you had your own experiences with Men in Black, let me know. It's interesting. If you wanted to talk about it, we can talk about it. I know if they were really threatening people out there like they say they are, maybe they told you something that you weren't too happy about and you don't feel like sharing it, I understand. But let me know. Shoot me an email, dtruthDefender1776@gmail.com. Yeah, and you guys stop on in, check out the podcast as well. Got some great guests. Got some even more greater guests that are coming on here shortly. So you guys stay tuned for that. Yeah, but you guys check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have all the social media down below as well. You guys can follow us on there. If you have any recommendations or any kind of topics you guys want to see on here that we can talk about, let me know. Like I said, you can send an email or you can just comment down below in the comment section. We can get those out for you guys. But I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Y'all stay safe out there, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay frosty.